What's good, people? It's L coming at y'all with two dreams I had recently. I call this one Nephilim for a reason. We gonna get into it as usual. So I'm gonna jump right into the first dream. The first dream take place in a high school setting. It looks like a high school. And it's like I'm in the hallway and I'm talking to this dark-skinned girl. She's dark-skinned, she's short, she's pretty, and it's like I like her. And as we're talking about marriage and how we should do it the biblical way and not having sex out of marriage and things of this nature. So I started really digging the girl in the dream, and I just leaned in and I gave her a pet kiss. After I give her the pet kiss, I look over to my left and there's like a classroom right there to my left. And I see a dude sitting in class at his desk, just chilling, looking at us like he was angry that I was talking to this girl. I think he liked the girl. Matter of fact, I know he liked the girl. So she go her way to her class. I go my way to a back class. Like if this class was where he was, there's a class further back that I went into. Now I go into that class and I start watching a video. You know how in classes you'll see a video where, it's like a educational video. It's not like a movie or anything like that. So I go in there and I start watching a educational video or whatever, and in comes this demonic figure. The demonic figure has a white face with horns, is about 7 feet tall, and its body was dressed in black. It was like its body had on like a robe, a black see-through robe that looked like smoke. It looked like smoke. And his face looked gray with horns, and it had to duck to come into the classroom. And it tried to attack me, but I was praying, and I wasn't praying at it. I was just praying like, Lord Jesus, protect me. Let your blood prevail all over me. Let your blood prevail all over this place. Thank you for everything you do for me. I was praying regular prayers, but not nothing in particular towards the entity. And the entity couldn't do nothing with me. I saw it trying to get at me, but it's like it couldn't get a grasp on me. It couldn't do anything with me. So it left. So after that, I guess I go into the classroom where the girl was, because I guess my video was over. I don't know how that worked. And I went into where she was, which was, if I walk out that back classroom, then she would have been to the left. And if you would have kept going and made a right, that's where the guy's classroom was. The brown-skinned guy who was looking at us all funny, he would have been in that classroom. So I go into the classroom where she was now. And now I'm hanging out with her. And I guess the entity came back. The entity came back to try to get at me again for some reason. So it comes into the classroom where me and the girl is talking now. We hanging out. And she falls back when she see it on her arms, like, whoa. And she falls back on her arms, like, trying not to, get got by the thing. And I saw it, but I had no fear of it at all. And it still couldn't do nothing with neither of us. And this time we wasn't even rebuking it. It just came in and it just seemed like it couldn't do anything. Like the power of God was not letting it operate the way it wanted to operate. So it got frustrated and it left for good this time. So now the girl, the dark-skinned girl who I was talking to, she was going somewhere. She had to go take care of business off campus or away from the school. So she left. I walk her downstairs. When we get downstairs, I see the brown-skinned guy who was looking at us funny from the beginning outside. So I go up to him and I said, listen, you sending these demons at us, you sending this demon towards me is a bad idea, because the demon is going to turn on you. This very demon, this demonic spirits that you are working with in order to destroy me is going to turn on you because it's failing. And this is exactly what I told him. It's failing. So it's going to get frustrated and take it out on you. And now, as I'm telling him this, it's like we start walking. And as we're walking, he go from looking young to looking like an old man, all in a couple of strides. Next thing you know, there's a car there, a brown car. He gets in the car, he gets in the driver's seat, and the window's down. Now, I'm leaning towards the window. I'm telling him, like, listen, the demons that you sending towards people is going to turn on you. These same demons that you are operating with is going to be the ones to drag you off into hell. I'm letting him know all of this, and he's looking at me, and he give me that look like how he looked at me when I was out there talking to the girl in the hallway, like that incredulous, I don't want to hear this look, I don't really like you look. And now he's an old man. He just was young. I'm still looking the same in the dream. He went from looking young to old, all in a couple of steps. And now as I'm telling him this, leaned over his passenger side window, looking at him while he in the driver's seat, he just hit the window like on me. So now the window's coming up so I can't say nothing to him no more. And I'm basically telling him that the pit you are digging with these things is going to be the pit that you're going to fall in. And I'm telling him all of that. It's like he didn't want to hear me. So it is what it is. He leaves the school, and it's like he left the school for good. Like, he wanted to appear young, but he was an old spirit. I don't know. He left the school for good. Now, there was a brown-skinned girl. She wasn't as dark as the girl I liked. She was brown-skinned who liked that guy. She liked the demonic guy, the guy who sent the demons towards me. She was kind of frustrated that the guy who sent the demons towards me left the school. And she was kind of frustrated that I guess everyone liked the dark-skinned girl and not so much her. So she was kind of hating on the dark-skinned girl. Right? So the dark-skinned girl went on a trip off away from the school, and I liked her. So now I'm back in class. I'm back in that back class where I first was watching the movie where the demon had first came in the first time. And this time, I'm with the brown-skinned girl who liked the demonic dude. And we're hanging out in the back classroom just watching these videos they make us watch in school. And someone said that the dark-skinned girl was coming back to the class. I guess this is a different day. I don't know, because the way time works in dreams is weird. So I hear that she's coming back to the school, so I'll jump up and I run to the window because I'm excited that she's coming back to the school. And I look out the window and I see her come into the school. So now when I walk out the class, she's already in the hallway. So she sees me walk out the class. And I go up to her and I started speaking with her. And, you know, we get right back into the conversation. Like, it's like, I really like this girl. And mid-sentence, I give her another pet kiss. I'm like really liking her. It kind of threw her off in a dream. But it's like I liked her, not in no lustful way. I was like, I wanted to marry her in a dream. So when I did that, all of a sudden, the brown-skinned girl who was in the back classroom, who I was just in the back classroom watching the video with, came out and she's acting all sick, like, and acting weird. And I'm like, why is she acting like this? She's not sick. There wasn't nothing wrong with her just a minute ago. So the dark-skinned girl is looking like what do we got going on while she's acting like that? So now I feel compelled to explain to her that I don't know why she's acting like this. There wasn't nothing wrong with her. I don't like her. I wasn't doing nothing with her. I don't know why she's being funny, because it's like we both could sense she was being weird in a way. Like she was trying to block our budding love or something like that. She never liked me from the beginning. She liked the dude who sent the demons at me. And she was jealous of this dark-skinned girl because it's like me and the dude who sent the demons at me liked the dark-skinned girl. But we was trying to connect, but it was just a mess. Right? So I'm explaining that to the dark-skinned girl now because I felt compelled to, because I really like that girl. So as I'm telling her, like, listen, I don't know why she's acting like that. I'm saying this all in front of the brown-skinned girl's face. I'm telling the dark-skinned girl this all while the brown-skinned girl is standing here right there. And now as I'm telling her, look, I have nothing to do with her. I don't like her. We wasn't doing nothing in the back class but doing class, basically. So I'm explaining that to her. Some other girl walk up and started vouching for what I was saying, yeah, he don't like her. They was just in the classroom doing nothing. She started vouching for me, which was a big relief in a dream, because like I said, it seemed like I really liked this girl in a dream. So I woke up after oh no, I didn't wake up because the girl who the brown-skinned girl who liked the demonic guy admitted it. She said, yeah, I was just trying to, you know, mess up y'all thing because, you know, I was a little jealous. She admitted it straight out. So that made me feel good. And after she admitted it, I had woke up. So what I got from that dream was, you know, these people, they'll see you excelling in life. There are people who will see you excelling in life, whether it be at your job, whether it be a love interest that you're getting into that they might like. They might see something in you that makes them jealous, and they will go do rituals on you. They will go put spells on you or try to put a spell on you. So if you're not protected by the Most High God, these things will attack you for these people. And not only that, the bugged out part about what I get from that particular dream was that the witches, the people who are witches and warlocks, who are so deep rooted into this and do work with these demonic beings and these demonic spirits, they're in more bondage than the people they send the demons at. See, the demon might attack me for a day or two, but you gonna have to live with that demon for a long time. So that means whoever's the strongest shaman, whoever's the strongest warlock or witch, they're actually in the stronger bondage. They're actually in more danger than the people they're sending these demons after. Because I could get attacked for a day, but this is not going to be a part of my daily thing. You're going to have to deal with it forever because you deal with those things, and they really don't care about humans. So I don't know what possesses these people to think that demons care about them. You're going to be in a greater bondage at the end of the day. You're going to be the one who have to pay the higher price at the end of the day. Not the people you putting them spells on, not the people you doing them rituals for. It's going to be you who's going to pay with your life and pay with your soul. And God don't like people who's doing witchcraft to people and putting spells on people. He'll war against you himself. He'll take you out himself for that. That's a whole nother story. Well, we're going to get into it because we are getting into it. We just got into it, right? So there's that. So I get that from there. People will see you happy, and it'll make them jealous, and that's just enough for them to go do a ritual on you, or try to put a spell on you, or to go to war with you spiritually. All right, the next dream I had was a bugged out one too. I'm gonna get into it. It starts with me in a car, and in this car I have this book. It's a big brown book, and in this book is a name on the side. Not understood. That name was the name of a deity that looks human but is not human. So this book is for deities that look human but they're not human. So the first name I got in the book was a being that was sitting next to me. He looked human, but he wasn't speaking to me. He was good because the energy he gave was good. It was positive. It wasn't bad. And his name was on the left-hand side of the book. Now, another name appeared on the right-hand side of the book. And almost simultaneously as the name appeared on the right-hand side of the book, I get a phone call and a cell phone, which I didn't know I had. I pick up the cell phone, and it's the deity whose name just appeared on the right-hand side of the book. So I take it that soon as the name popped up in the book, the deity knew. So I get on the phone, and I'm like, hello, the thing says, I will come in if you will help me. That's what it said. I don't know what it meant. It said, I will come in. I will turn myself into you if you will just help me. That's what it said. Okay, whatever that means. Dream switches up. I'm in a auditorium, excuse me. I'm in an auditorium looking place setting. And we're watching a movie on a big screen now. It's like how they used to have a white screen up, and they'll have the picture projected on a white screen or a sheet they'll put up in the auditorium. I don't know if y'all ever had that happen. I have before. So we all in the auditorium looking at whatever's on the screen, but we not really looking at it. You know how kids do when we all in the auditorium and ain't nobody really watching us. We all talking, laughing, joking on each other. No one's watching what's on the screen, and that's exactly what we was doing. So, but I wasn't a kid. It's just that's the way the setting was looking. So I see my cousin there, a cousin of mine's, and he's there, and I'm talking to him, and I'm talking to some girls, and we just, in this auditorium setting, not paying attention to the movie, but we're there because it's like we have to be there. I don't know what happened, whether a fight broke out or whether the cops came and just targeted me, but the cops came and they arrested me. So I get arrested, and they take me to this facility. And this facility looked like a mental ward or a mental hospital, or just a place where people are being held. So I'm there now, and I don't have anything, and I'm thinking about my home and how I could lose this apartment here where I'm in. I'm thinking like, dag, I hope my son can hold down an apartment because I'm not going to be back for a while, because I don't even think he knows where I'm at, because I was locked up and taken to a place. So to describe the place, in the front of the place was a highway. It's like, if you ever remember the old toll booths where cars could come off and go through a toll booth and continue on. It's like we're across the street from that, and there's a fence blocking us in, so we can't just walk out. There's a fence. So, and in the back of the place, in the back of this place, which is significant to the story, there's woods and a fence. If you go to the back of this whole property, there's nothing but woods in the back. There's a highway in the front. So we between woods and a highway. So now I'm in this place and I'm walking around. I don't know nobody. I don't have nothing. I don't even have a shirt on for some reason at first. And I see these staff members standing there talking to people and helping different people. So I go up to the staff member and I ask him, listen, can I get some soap? Can I get some deodorant? And I need a shirt. Things of this nature. Where's my room? Because there's people with rooms and people look like they're established. I don't know nothing. No one's told me nothing. I just was arrested, taken to this place, and dropped off. So now I go up to the one staff member who's helping everybody, and he's ignoring me but helping everybody else but me. And then when I go to ask him something, he like brushed me off with an attitude. So now I walk to another staff member who I seen a little bit further behind him. He didn't even give me the time of day. It's like he looked at me and just walked off to the side. So now I'm walking around. They just was really mean to me. They was like jerks to me. So I'm walking around now, and I wound up running into a girl who I work with at my job currently right now in real life, and she's gay, you know, she's LGBTQ, and she's with another girl, and they're staying in this facility, and she won't even help me because I don't have no money, and it's like I'm asking them, do y'all have deodorant? I think I asked them particularly for deodorant. And they just ignored me and like brushed me off because I ain't have anything. Then now I'm frustrated. I'm walking around. I walked to an outside area where it looked like it was like for recreational purposes, towards the front, towards the highway part where the fence is for the front, where you're facing the highway in the toll area. So now I see my cousin again, the same cousin I saw in the auditorium area before I was arrested. I'm like, yo, how you get in here? He said, I've been here. I said, how you get to the auditorium place? He said, once you've been here for a while, they let you go in and out. That was his only explanation. He didn't help me, but I ain't asking for help. I ain't going to sit there and say I asked for help. But he didn't help me in no kind of way. He saw my situation, so he didn't help me. It's like everybody I saw there wasn't good people. That was weird. So now I'm at the front gate just looking, and we see some troopers stop a car. And the people who got out the car, one of the people who got out the car in particular was a tall guy. And he was about 6'7". He looked like a basketball player. And they locked him up. And I heard someone say from outside of the fence that guy's tall. He's like a giant. I said, he's not like no giant. He's not nothing like a giant. He's just tall. That's what I said, which is kind of ironic for what happens later on in the dream. So after I say that, that event happened, we see him get arrested. They take him off. So now I'm walking around. I start walking towards the back of this facility, the back of this property, because it's a big property. It's like, I can't even explain it. It's like one big building, like an asylum. One big building with a front and the back, and it's like places people can sit down and talk outside, and it's like places you can walk around outside in the front and the back. But it's a big giant building that looked like a school surrounded by a fence. That's what it looked like. So now I'm walking towards the back, and like I said, in the back is nothing but woods. So I see a bunch of people in the back fixing a hole that's in the fence. So it's a hole in the fence of this property. And I'm walking by and I see the hole in the fence, and something in my mind said, you know, run through that hole, get away from this place. And it's like I wanted to, because no one was helping me. Everybody was mean in this place. So I wanted to escape. And as I was thinking that, some white guy came by me and he like whispered, he like, yo, I can help you get away. He was like, I can help you get away. We can run through this hole and all you got to do is follow me. I know where I'm going. So as he said that, something in my mind was like, no, don't go with him. Don't go with him because he's going to get you out in the woods and he's going to delete you. He's going to try to take you out. That's what I thought. At the same time, I'm thinking this thought, before I even get to reply to him and turn him down, because that's what I was going to do, I see a buffalo come out the woods. A buffalo came running out a big buffalo, like a bison or something, came running out the woods. So as the bison came running out the woods towards us, it came running out like from the left-hand side coming towards the hole in the fence area, but not, they wasn't so close. It was a little distance away into the woods, but you can see all this going on. So I'm just looking at it. As I'm looking at the buffalo come towards us, all of a sudden I see a big giant come out the woods. He was a big, tall, skinny, Caucasian-looking giant with cuts on him. He had no shirt. He had a cut on his arm. He had cuts all over him. He had to be about 5 stories tall, 5 to 6 stories tall, like a building. But he wasn't thick. He was slim, and but he was very tall. And he looked gauntly, like he needed to eat. But he still was a giant and very formidable looking. Had to look up to him like this. You know, that's how tall he was. So he comes out, and it seems like the buffalo was running from that giant. So now we see this tall giant come out the woods, and we see him approaching where the buffalo was running, like he was running after the buffalo. So I take it the buffalo was running from him. So now on our property where the fence was being repaired, and there's some fence over here, there's ranch fence. Like the property of another person's property behind that property had like cattle ranch fence. So the buffalo and the giant and all of them was more closer to the cattle ranch fence area coming towards us. So over the ranch fence jumped a wolf. A big gray wolf jumped over the fence, jumped on the fence, then jumped up on the giant and started attacking him. So I think in the scrapes and all of that the giant had on him came from a pack of wolves or something. But these wasn't no normal looking wolves. The wolf was big. The buffalo was big compared to a human. So the giant was massive because it dwarfed all of us. All of us was small compared to that giant. So now the wolf is attacking the giant. Is all on his arm and his neck area. He's fighting it off. Now I'm paying attention to the buffalo. Now I see the back of the buffalo. It kind of ran past our hole in the fence, and now it's going into the woods, deeper into the woods to the right. So if they coming from the left, going to the right like that, and we just in the fence. We in the fence line, looking out of the hole in the fence at all that's going on. Me, the white guy who told me to follow him, and the workers who was working on the fence. We all looking at this. So I guess the giant fought off the wolf, and it was back to pursuing the buffalo. But I think when the giant saw us, it gave up on the buffalo on the low, and it chose us as its primary target because it seen us. So it was like, okay, I'm not going to go after the buffalo. I'm going to go after these easier humans standing there. It must have thought that because that's what it did. It acted like it was going for the buffalo. It had a lasso like what they pull cattle in with, or what a cowboy would use to pull a bull in with, or pull a horse in with, you know, or use to catch a bandit or stuff like that you see in movies. So it had one of those, a giant lasso. So it acted as if it was going to try to lasso the buffalo. But at the last minute, it turned on us to try to lasso one of us humans. But all of a sudden, I had a shirt in my hand. And I was spinning the shirt in a circle real fast like this. So when the lasso came towards me, the shirt smacked the lasso off to the side. And the giant did it again. It tried to lasso me in particular now. And again, my shirt smacked the lasso off to the side, but I think when it smacked it the second time, it tangled with each other. So now the giant is pulling at me, and I'm pulling at the giant like in a tug of war. So when I pulled at the giant with all my strength, it felt like I was pulling a building, an immovable object. It felt like I was pulling against. But I said in my mind at that time, I am not going to let this thing delete me. I am not going to let this thing take me out. And I pulled with all my strength. I'm like, and I pulled the thing and I pulled it across the line. I pulled it into the property past the hole in the fence. And when I pulled it across my side, into my side, it's like it was defeated, like a real tug of war. Like how tug of war is, you get it over the line, y'all win. That's what had happened. I pulled it, it came across our line onto our side, and it just fell apart. It diminished, it evaporated. And I won. And it's like everybody in the facility who saw what went on started congratulating me. They started celebrating me. All of a sudden, I could sit down. All of a sudden, I see the girls coming up to me trying to talk to me. And I remember thinking in the dream, these people so fake. You know, they wasn't celebrating me when I was just a normal person here and I needed help. They wasn't willing to help me. But now that they saw me battle this giant and kind of defeat this giant, all of a sudden, everybody want to be my friend. I remember thinking that in the dream. So I was kind of frustrated at that. I was saddened at that. But I ain't say nothing of it. I let them celebrate me, and you know, I just fell right in with it because, you know, I didn't want to be rude. And plus, there's a story in the Bible about a man who had brothers-in-laws. He was born from a different mother. He was born illegitimately from this man. This man had a son illegitimately outside of his marriage, and he had other sons from his first marriage who was legitimate. But the legitimate sons treated the illegitimate son bad. So the illegitimate son grew up on his own. He wound up becoming like a thug. And the legitimate children wound up going to war, going through wars in the future with different people. So they sought out the illegitimate son because they heard he was tough. So they got him, and he started fighting all these wars for them, and he won wars for them. So after he won all the wars, and all the enemies was put down, he was coming back from one particular war, and he said in his heart that the first person who come out and celebrate him from these wins, he was going to sacrifice. He assumed that one of his brothers-in-law would come out and celebrate him, so he'll get to sacrifice them, but it wasn't. And he promised this to the Lord too. It was his daughter who had came out and congratulated him. So he had to keep that oath he made to the Lord. Because back then, people wasn't oath breakers. People stuck to their word. When they said they was going to do something, they did it. Abraham went to kill his own child on account of the Lord. People today won't do that, and it will be unheard of, and people will want to lock you up and all types of stuff. Back in those days, the Bible got some stories for you, right? So the whole point I say that to is even when people mistreat you and do wrong to you and treat you bad, you know, you just still got to kind of forgive them for that. You got to. You can't think maliciously because God knows the intent of your heart. God knew the intent of that man's heart when he said he was going to sacrifice the first person. He assumed that one of his brothers-in-law who treated him wrong when he was younger was going to come out and celebrate him for the win. But instead it was his own biological daughter, his only daughter at that, his only child. So that was a sad story. But the moral behind the story is God knows your heart, and he will repay you according to what your heart is. And this is never going to end. A lot of the times the things that you're saying in your spirit, if it ain't right, God will war against you, and you be thinking, why this ain't going a certain way? Because God heard what you said in your heart. God heard what you said in your mind, and he didn't let you get what you wanted to get because of the intent behind what you said. All right, so yeah, I had woke up from that dream after they celebrated me and they was giving me everything, and I remember feeling as if these people were like kind of phony, but I just let it be. You know, I let it be, and I let them celebrate me, and that was that. I don't know what it was with the book thing, or did I help the person who needed help that contacted me? That was the entity that appeared in the book. I'm thinking that I did unintentionally because these are entities. These are not humans. So I think I did help the entity in a way. I think I was led to that battle by this entity. And after I got the victory, but I don't know if that made him turn himself in or anything like that, because I woke up. So these dreams are saying basically we are in a spiritual war, and there's nothing too big for God. God can defeat anything that comes up against us. Jesus is Lord. I'm always going to say that. Jesus is Lord. He is King. He loves us. As long as we stay in him, we are protected. Everything that's in God is legitimate. Everything that is in God. God is the Father of all things. He's the Father of humans. He's the Father of animals, because he created all the animals. He created the stars. He created everything that's in the water. He created the waters. He created the air. So he's the Father of all things. Everything that dwells in God is legitimate. Everything that is not in God, everything that is rebelling against God is out of bounds. It's illegitimate, and it will be cut off in the end. We were intended to live in God because he is the creator of all things. We were supposed to live in harmony in him. Anything that's trying to disrupt that is an enemy or is going to be cut off. Whether it be the angelics, whether it be us, whether it be the animals. Anything that gets corrupted and go another way that has nothing to do with the way the Most High intended us to go is out of balance. And it will be cut off in the end. And it will not survive. You know, because this body of ours will die, but we will have life. For witches, warlocks, demonic spirits, and fallen angels, and everything that I may not even know exists, that's on the opposition side, they're going to be cut off and they're going to be cast away forever. So until next time, people, Jesus is Lord. This video is long enough already, so I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for whoever listens to these. I give you dreams raw. I tell it the way it is. And they come all the time. There's dreams I don't even tell people. That is so bizarre, you know? So thank you for listening. God bless you all in Jesus' name. Till next time.